TJ. Hello, beautiful souls. It is Solita, the Solita. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so to this quick video is, I'm looking at it to see what I wrote down. This video title is Don't Just Think of It, Act on It, or It's Just an Idea. Now, the reason why I want to talk about that is because this was inspired by a conversation I was having with my cousin yesterday. And the Lord had gave me some things that would be great to talk about. Now, when I talk about don't just think of it, act on it, or it's just an idea, this is something I learned from myself. Now, for a whole year, I had the idea of having this channel, but I wanted to do this channel for something totally different. I wanted to show off some other things that I wasn't really confident in at the time, but I had already had the tools and everything I needed necessary to get me started on this, right? And I was just sitting there thinking. I was preparing for this moment, but I was just sitting there thinking. I wouldn't make a video. I wouldn't talk about anything, and nor was I completely out and ready from what I was, dealing with. Like I said, I've only been on my spiritual journey for a good year, and I still feel like I'm not where I really want to be, but I'm where I need to be. When I talk about don't just think of it, act on it, it will become an idea. I think about all the ideas I ever had and all the ideas that I didn't act upon. It's like when you got that idea, act now. Don't say, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow, because procrastination sets in, right? So I'm saying, in that moment, I had 3 ideas, 3 topics to talk about, and I couldn't speak on it at that moment because of my reality. So what I do when I want to make a video, not that I want, but when I get the download to talk about a specific topic in my life that will be helpful to somebody else, I just jot it down. And whatever the Lord tells me, like, He give me, like, sometimes just bullet points, sometimes just sentences. Sometimes it may be a paragraph, but I write down whatever I'm being told to speak on. And I just put it away for later until I can make a video. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about that is my point of action right there. Because I'm a mom, and my circumstances have changed in my life, right? And I'm content with where I am, meaning I'm not where I really want to be, but I have a responsibility as a person. And I don't have, some things are not in my control. So the things that I control, that's what I deal with, right? And now it's like, at first, my excuse was, oh, the kids are always driving me crazy, driving me nuts, to the point that I wasn't spending much time meditating. Like, it's been like 2-3 days. So I'm going to try to get it done today some way. But even if I can't meditate how I want to, I can still read my Bible scriptures. That doesn't stop, because I can read them. Whether my kids are acting up or getting on my nerves or not, I can still grab my phone, because they all, like I said, they try to rip the book. So I grab my phone and I read a couple verses and I think about it and meditate with that the best way that I can. I've learned to get around my kids now. And now I can clearly see, now I'm thinking about it, that is me not just thinking on something, it's me taking an action. Another example of taking an action of me with this channel is like, I already stated that I just jot things down until I can make the video. But taking the action was like, for instance, with this ring light. I've been had it. I had cameras and everything. There's no reason why I couldn't do this channel. Computer, whatever. I have what I need, the tools I need to be successful in this. But at the same time, I wasn't using those tools. And what made me act on it to use this so that you can see me in better light and then see me. I just went on and pulled it out. And I was like, come on, like, be for real. You letting your videos look a certain type. We're not saying anything wrong with them. But I bought this for the simple purpose of so I can move around, so that I can still be in different areas or whatever to do whatever it is that I'm doing. Another thing of taking action. Let me think of another one. Another way that of me, for example, taking action with this is like, for instance, when I first started this channel, I started with just recording myself on my phone to see what I look like. I recorded like 1 or 2 videos, and I think I deleted those, or I think I ended up still posting them, right? I was just tired of, in my head, thinking what people might think, because I know what my flaws are. In my natural life, I had people tease me about my teeth, not knowing what had happened or why they're spaced out. But I acknowledge my flaws, and I'm not afraid of them. I have a beautiful smile. It's just that all of my teeth are not directly close together. Not all of them. Like the ones right here are not. And just right here, my gap. But everything else is close together, right? And I remember growing up, sometimes I used to be a little ashamed of it. It's not my fault that people weren't taking me to the dentist to prevent my teeth from spreading more and more. I've been needed braces since a little girl, but people couldn't afford it. You know, and then over a whole decade as a kid, nobody was doing what they're supposed to do for me. So stuff like this happened, right? And over time, I really never cared about it. Like, if somebody had talked about it, it didn't bother me, because I know what had happened, what caused it, blase blah. But I know how people think. People will use your flaws against you to try to get to you. And so it's easy for me to acknowledge my flaws before somebody even talk about it. That's why certain things don't hurt, because it's like, don't you think I see that every day anyway? Don't you think I had my own thoughts about it? So what makes you think that your thoughts are going to hurt me more than my own thoughts have already hurt me? You know, but nothing hurts me, because I love my gap. I love my smile. I don't care that they separated. Trust me, when I get the money that the people who talk about it do not have, I will fix it. Trust me. And I will get the money to fix my teeth so that I can have them the way that I want to. What else? Another reason, it was like, when it came to my looks, like, I was like, oh, but I don't have on makeup. Or, oh, I don't wear my hair like how everybody usually do. Like, I chose to go to locks. Or I was like, I don't have on the best clothes. It was just the pettiest little things that the world think about. That fear was in my head at that moment. And I was like, something was like, don't you trust God? And I'm like, yeah. Yes, I do trust God. You know, so I'm sorry, I was just listening out. I heard my family snoring. It just made me listen in on it. So, but let me get off of that part of acting on it, because I think you kind of understand what I mean by acting on something. It's to not just sit there and think about it. It's to do something about it. And what I mean by it's just an idea. If you don't act on it, it is. Because I sat for many, many years. I went through like 7, 8 years of not acting on certain things based off of fear. And it was just an idea. Like, this was just an idea a year ago. Until I turned it into an action. And there go another child awaking. Oh, goodness. She's mom. So, yes, baby. If you have an idea and you cannot act upon it in that moment, write it down. So when you get that moment, you can revisit that idea and act on it. You know, I'm not expecting my channel to be this flamboyant, all this and that. I'm expecting it to uplift and help and to grow. I'm expecting it to be a place to come to as a safe haven for people. I'm not expecting all this boo-boo money. Money will come. Money will come. I'm not chasing money. What I'm really chasing are souls. And people who need help. People who need love. People who need some type of guidance. I didn't have it. I came to the internet for it. I found my tribe through the internet. I found so many great things. Even though the internet can be a very demonic place. But there is a place inside of it because the Lord had created the internet. So there are some good things to look for in the internet and on these apps and stuff that will be encouraging, helpful. There are good people out of here. So don't be afraid to get online. You know, use it for the good parts of it. Don't use it for the bad parts, like the exploiting people, the watching those murder, death, kill videos, those sexual videos. Don't be watching all that mess. Do not even feed your soul with it. If it ain't about God, if it's not about something positive and helpful to nature or people or kids, stuff like that, don't even click on it. That clickbait. Don't even click on them videos when people want to get on there. And I'm not saying anything wrong with Tell Your Life, because that's basically what I'm doing now. But I'm talking to people that get on there and tell every damn thing, and they doing it all just for the money. Listen, some of my business ain't none of y'all's business. And I'm not trying to get paid by telling all my business. I would rather get paid for doing the job that I was sent here to do, which was guide, teach, help, and learn myself. All right, so again, don't just think of stuff, act on it, or it's just an idea. And if you're not in a space of being able to act on it in the moment, write it down so you can revisit it at a time that you do have time to do so. So again, beautiful souls, peace and blessings. Don't just think of it, get out there and act on it. Till next time.